gather the information or create an information for something in that organization, they need to feed the MIS office with a data. Those data can be a raw data. Like for the student now, if they want to get the information of the student, the raw data that they are going to give for the student, maybe you may ask the, okay, all the staff, you may ask the staff to supply his file number, to supply his name, to supply his gender, his years, working experience, and so on. So those data that you are collecting at that time is a raw data. It is before the processing. So after when you gather those raw data, then you have to process, converting the raw data into a meaningful report. Now, for example, if they say that you as a student, you supply your information, they want to know who and who qualified to be in this class. You are going to send your credentials to the management, and the management will now forward those credentials to the MIS office. The MIS office, they are going to gather those raw data, impute them into the systems, then grade them based on their credentials, and now generate a report and submit it to the management for any other decision. So now you see from the raw, then the data is processed. Then from the processed data, you can now generate a report. And that report will be submitted to the management. Then also, the data, after generating the report, data will remain on the system. That is, you have stored it on the system for future use. Now, after the storage, there's information dissemination. They will now pass the information to you as a student. Look at whether if you are qualified to be in this class or not. So that is an example of data collection, data processing, information storage, information dissemination. Now, I brought some example of the source of data collection. In an organization like that, apart maybe a business organization, you can get information internally and externally because it's a business organization. So, for example, the internal source sells that the information from daily transactions like sales and cash register. You are getting information based on the sales of that organization. Sales number from a store checkout system, employees information. They are all an internal data source. Now, for external data source, you have to go for market survey, public record, and so on to get data from outside. Then you now gather both the internal and external, then process them and generate a report to the management for decision making. And also the data processing. You know, sometimes you can be, no, the management can submit maybe information that has some errors there. Or the errors may come from the data processors there at the MIS. Now, after processing the data on the system, there is need for checking of an errors. Make sure that every duplicate that is there is being removed. Sometimes when you are processing information, especially a student information, you may have a problem like duplicate, duplicate. Then you have to scrutinize the what you have created on the system. Check it very well. If there is any duplicate, remove it. If there is any errors, remove it. Then at that time, you are on the process of cleaning the data. Then we also talk about data transformation. So changing data into a usable format. When you bring your paper like this, your credentials to me, I want to generate a report for the university. Your credentials to me at that time is not meaningful because the management cannot, they don't need all your credentials. They need a summary of your information. So at that time, when I collect your credentials, I'll not impute those credentials into the systems, make the necessary editing to make sure that that information is error free. Then I will now change it to a usable format. I have transferred it from the raw data in and process it and now get it into a usable format. Now we also have data aggregation, combining data from different sources to see the big picture. Example, adding up cells from different stores to get total cells. For example, in the university, if you want to gather information, a full, complete information of a student, you have to look at the student record, at the student affairs. Then you have to look at the voting, whether that student has paid his school fees or not. You have to look at the LMS, for example, for online OCBP case, whether he is participating or is not participating. You have to look at the library, whether he is borrowing or is not borrowing. You have to look at the research and publication, whether if he is has a research there or not. So you are now getting information from various offices to gather them together so that you should have a complete information of a student. Student, maybe a student, when we pay one school fees or two school fees, he remains a student, but his data is not complete, and that is why he cannot get the result at the end of the program because he has not paid his school fees completely. So now, the management information, they have to look at those areas to gather information for a student. So our next is data analysis. Descriptions. Looking at data to find useful pattern or insight. Example, analyzing sales record to predict future sales. This has to do with what? With a business organization. And then talk about the database. The database. It could be maybe the MIS, the university has their own website or they have a portal for the students. So those data or information of a student can be stored in the university database. Like now, you as a student of the National State University, your data has been stored in our university portal. So any information about you is there in our portal. The database is there. So anytime if there is any problem or if they want to get your information, they have to query the database and get your information. That could be using your matric number, or your first name or last name to generate your information from the portal. So if you are using, for example, a website or a portal, an organization that are using Excel, normally they can be able to store their information on their system, or this get a backup system that they can be putting their information. Maybe the information may not be online, but when you are using your portal or a website, your information will be on the cloud, and that is not a problem. But for those that are using that are not online, some organizations up to now they are not online on their information systems. So there, for those that are using Excel, they will have their information stored in their system. So data warehouse, large trust system for historical data used for reporting. Sometimes if you look at like I've been giving you an example with our university. You may have we have more than one server in the university. So sometimes we are using them for backup. We used to sometimes download the information, put it on the other server for backup. Because when you are using a system, sometimes the system may crash. And if you don't have backup, that is the end of the information there. So at least no matter what, anything can happen, even if you are, even though the hosting company are trying their best to ensure that your data or information is secure. That about all that, information is very, very vital. Very, very vital. Especially we, the Africans, if a UK can be hacked, it's very easier for hackers to hack Nigerians or any other African country. Like that of the database data information, I say is vital. So if you look at there is one hospital in UK that was hacked by Korean people. So they use what is called a WannaCry to hack their system, to hack their database. Because information is very important. And they were succeed hacking that patient's data. And they hold it for ransom. It's not that they are going to use it for any other thing. They hold it for ransom. And that is why they have to send you a message to pay them in cryptocurrency. Because they can't use any bank to collect that money. But the cryptocurrency operates anonymously. So you cannot be able to detect and even get them. And they will succeed. But after they have succeeded, that is why the UK government now started to think of other means of trying to protect their data. So I'm giving you an example with the UK, talk less of we here, Nigeria. Even those that are hosting our website now, you will see is it like Amazon or Google Cloud. So they are trying their best to see that they're protecting their data. And the problem is that sometimes they may get into people's website through your mobile system. Are you getting me? Maybe you may have privilege to your portal. You have access to it. You can enter it, edit, and download information from the portal. Then they can deceive you by sending some information that may interest you. And from there, you can supply them with some of your secrets. And there they will use it to enter into that portal. So at that time, you can't blame the Google Cloud for that issue because it is from you, the negligence. So once, if you are working in the organization, especially either in ICT or MIS, that organization, they're supposed to have been doing uh, awareness to their staff against all these deception from the hackers. So you see, they are putting different names for them. They say, want to cry. You want to cry? So they will make you cry by hijacking your systems. And they have the phishing attack, sending something to your email that may interest you and ask you to log in on something and that. We have the denial of service attack. You know, there are people who are very funny. There are sometimes somebody who just want to stop you from doing what you are doing. So you will now use whatever means he has to see that maybe it is denied you access to your portal. So therefore, we have denial of service attack. That issue used to come on the business. You know, if there's competition, there is competition of a company that are doing production or some things like that. Like maybe let me give an example of this Boa and Dangote company that they have been doing something before. Why it's saying this about this one. So it is at that point that sometimes they use this denial of service attack. They try to stop you from what you are doing for some time so that their market will go up. You are the person that stop on their way. So they used to block your systems from working. That is denial of service attack. So when you are in this MIS or ICT, you have to be very careful, you as the staff of that place. Now, cloud storage. That's why I talk about this Google Cloud, Amazon, and other companies that are hosting companies that are hosting uh, website or portal for an organization. So now, apart from this, to you that you are using your system like this Excel and other Microsoft Word for your information, it is good for you to use this Google Drive or Dropbox. They are online. So anytime maybe your system is crashed, or the system crashed, or any other thing that happened with the system cannot work again. Your folder is there on the Dropbox or Google Cloud, and that one is online. You can be able to recover it when you get another system. So then the file system in your computer. And I say that one is very dangerous. If a vital information, even your project, let me give you an example. With me, myself, because I was, they hacked my system when I am doing my PhD. They hacked my system. And they asked me to pay the ransom. You know, when we were doing this cybersecurity class, they told us that if they hack your system, don't pay. It's like these kidnappers now. If you are paying, they will be continuously doing this. The same thing with these people. If they ask you pay and pay, then the next time, thank God, what I am doing, I have a Dropbox that I have been dropping my. So what sometimes we the Nigerian the problem we are having is that when you are doing research, you may not have enough funds to be able to buy this thing, licensed software. Some of the softwares that you are going to use on your project supposed to be licensed. But because of this issue of money, dollars issues, you may decided to go to free version of that software. And that is where the problem comes in. So mistakenly, I downloaded a software that is attached with a malware something inside. So, in an attempt to install that software on your system, automatically that malicious software will install itself without even you touching it because it's attached with the software. By attempting to click the software, it will trigger the malware to install itself on your system automatically. So immediately if that malware installed in your system, it will automatically balance on your system, try to capture all those files on the system, hook them up. Then immediately you will see something coming to your system. You'll now send a message. Because it will attempt to open the file, you see the file is closed, no open. Then instantly you will see a message telling you that you have to pay. They have already encrypted all your files you have to pay. So if you don't have backup, that is the issue of this file system that we are talking about. You are saving everything on your system without a backup. That's where you are going to have a problem. But if you have a Dropbox or Google Cloud, your information, your copy of that your information is there. So even if your system is hacked, can provide it. Sometimes they can damage it, not that is going to hack. That's why they were using this denial of service. They can bring something that will destroy the systems. And you can't use it again. So that, you can get another one, then use your Dropbox or maybe your email and get those information back. So you can save your information on your system. But marking is very, very dangerous. Data lakes, storage for large amount of raw data from different sources. That one is thankfully you can even you can have an ordinary file gather all the information, raw data there before processing them on your system. So now we are going key role of this MIS management information. Hmm? So, information. I think enough people to keep well. No problem. Let me use it like take it further. We're talking of I'm I'm going to give you the slide. So the key role of this MIS talk about improve decision, increase efficiency, enhance communication. MIS provide accurate and up-to-date data for better decision making, automate routine tasks like payroll or inventory management system. And in the MIS, you know, in an organization, they have more than one, two, three, four modules on the website. Like now, if I give you example with the university portal, we have different modules. We have undergraduate, we have postgraduate, we have LBT, we have part-time, we have remedial studies, we have ODS. They are all different modules. But they are hosted together, but different. The same thing in every organization. You have this one inventory management system is a module on your website. You will have payroll is a module on your website or portal. So managing them together just to protect that data from or information from tampering by either unauthorized users or reckless staff that maybe have privilege to uh, get access into the system. And that is why you see you have this audit trail, audit trail on your portal. When you are using like Excel or you don't have audit trail, but for a website or a portal, there is what we call audit trail. It's recording those who enter into that system. You enter into the system. What have you done there? I get you. Maybe you were asked to. There is an approval from the VC that you should waive a school fees to a student. Maybe you are giving one person to waive his school fees authoritatively by the management, and when going there, you wait for three people. The system, the auditor will now catch up those activities one after the other. And the date is there because the audit trail has the timeline and the description of what you have done into a portal. It will now capture your username and password. Eh? I'm not telling you, but I have problem. This you say I put something here. The problem is that typhoid fever I use for can't medicine. It affects this my problem now. Yes. So the question I wanted to ask this time is yes. So does it mean that you have like let's say the programs sections and from 35 to the so you have like the program where you collect data that are related to yes on program issues, right? And then you can also have the questions. Then you know, let me give an example. You see, everything that let's say all what you are doing, or everything anything that has to do with information in the university, it is on the portal. You may have just a segment of in your organization that deals with this, deal with that. Like now, we have the human resource management. Maybe I don't know whether if I am getting what you. We have, let's say, human resource management. We also have positive automation. We have inventory management system. You look at all different something there. Then we have the student portal and other things. So that's why I call them. You can make them a module. You can make them separate or serve as a separate body for itself. No, now make it as a module when you gather them together in one system or portal or a website. Like now, if you enter university portal www.institute.edu.ng, this is the university website. When you log into that university website, you see a lot of programs. Then portal. If you click any program you want to take you to that place where you want it to be. You see that if you look at them there, it's a link. It's like a separate body there for each and every program. But there is a link that link them together. So you that you are dealing with the audit trail. If somebody do something from the human resource management, you will get it in. Someone from poultry, you will get it in. Student do something, you will get it there. So every person do something on his own model, you will get his information there. So now, when you look at audit trail, will now tell you this is what this man has done, description of what he has done, the system he used to do that thing is there. That thing, did he succeed or fail? The system will now provide that information. So even if he lived here, maybe his office is here, then he moves to another office. You can set your audit trail to track where he went for that one. So you are there, the system will not tell you the location that is working there. If he, let's say, he's supposed to do work here, he took it to home. The system will tell you that at home using different systems because it will catch up name of that system that you used either at home. If he used his handset, it will now tell you that he's using his handset at home to do that. So it's very, very important and auditory. But you know, the problem is coming if you allow other people to be managing your information system outside your organization. That's where the problem, a very big problem, comes in. People from outside managing your system inside, they may have some privileges there. They can be able to escalate the privilege. Later, you will be accusing your staff. I get it. You can allocate, let's say, two privileges for a staff that you can only generate a report. And you can generate a report and you can add additional information of a student on the portal. That's your own role. You have two roles. So that is his role, and he is doing it there. Then there is outside there, maybe that they are managing your portal somewhere. He may escalate the privilege of that guy by adding additional two, maybe privilege rules with him. and tamper with that file. You see, it's a problem. It can also use the username and password of your staff. They escalate this room and do something there. And later you come back and be accusing one staff. So it's better for you to make sure that those that are managing their portal should be your staff. Very, very important. So you know that any things that happen is your staff. So let it be said that you can agree that those that are on the back end of your portal, those that are dealing with the code, you can give it to a company. You can manage that one. But anything that has to do with the front end, let it be. It's very, very important. So that is, it will improve this, improve decision, increase efficiency, enhance communication. Now we have done with the this thing, with the first in our outline. We mentioned that introduction to MIS, and now second, uh, we have information system and organization. So if you look at it now, first outline, introduction to MIS. So we are now done with introduction to MIS. Definition and scope of MIS, importance and role in organization, relationship between MIS and organization statement. Now we are going to information system and organization. That is the number two. So now, how organization, information system and organization. How organization use MIS. So MIS help businesses by organizing and using data to make data decision and run things smoothly. You will be having the information from customers, from survey, in respect to your business. Those information will pass it to MIs, and they will now gather it in one file to make it usable information to your organization. A retail store uses MIS to track sales, manage inventory, and create sales reports. In an organization, no matter how that organization be, uh, is a business organization or even umbu, you must have to be careful with the inventory. So things that are coming to the organization and those that are going out, so must be recorded carefully. So that one there, even if a hacker hack your system, or even if someone has a privilege outside this thing, it will not affect your store, because checking the information and the inventory will not make you get what is inside the store. So it is only can be able to temper with what is in the scope. So if you are bringing something to the store, make sure that those that are bringing,
We can't see what's on the board.
things are not, it's a committee to bring that. When you are bringing it, of the start of the life of the MIA will all be there. They have those items in the store, the inventory management. You have you brought three computers, nothing. Printers, nothing. Markers. If you are giving out mine, you know, please positive, careful positive, yes, and approval with authority. And that approval was decided in stone, then you have a lawyer for it. So that anytime they claim that they are now, it's very, very important. Now, impact of information system on organizational structure and operation. Information system can change how a company works organized easier. So an example is that it uses a system to handle order. So fewer staff are needed. Like now, they used to buy something online. You know, like now, that cost, let's say the MIS or the IT software that you have to buy online. And people used to replace product now online. So it's a big part of information public. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Here. Okay. That's the question, please. There was something you said about just a few minutes ago about if you like in sales and you want to supply something, yeah, that both the AMS staff and the inventory staff have to be at the same time to make sure that what is said to be delivered is what is delivered. But now coming to what you said here, that it helps reduce staff. Is it still are they signing off at the same time when it is on time? And this one is an online order. It's an online order. So you can manage this online order. But something that has to do with something people are bringing something like 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 I give you an example like with the new base. I can see people with this and people bring the printer, shares, everything they use. So these people that are connected to so now if they are so yeah, they need to be positive that are items to the store. And the store staff that is the MIS have to be there, all of them. So now these people get their jobs there. They have to into 10%. So 5 computers, plus 10 computers will make it work. We have 2 printers plus 5 printers making what? 7 printers. All those items were recorded on the inventory management system. Everybody knows that those items were items. So now, after adding all these things to your inventory management system, maybe the bursary office may need to have 2 or 3 laptops of the store. Are you getting what I'm saying? So now they have to write into the VC requesting for 3 laptops for bursary staff. The VC will now approve, and that paper will be taken to the store officer. So that officer will now pass the paper to his subordinate there. So it is written that it's still computer. Maybe later, when they were asked to bring the computer, they remove phone. Using that approval they get from the manager. Yeah, they not put the phone. And maybe when they come back after some time, they now want to calculate the remaining ones, maybe at the end of the hour, at the end of this thing, things are going down, let them calculate everything. They discover that the system that are not there maybe is four instead of three. So there, the start of the MIS are there. You have to first of all talk about how many systems were brought to this were calculated and put into the MIS inventory management. You can claim that one is maybe they brought nine. You can't because everybody is there knows that what was brought is 10 and three were taken up by the boundary staff. Supposed to be seven, maybe on that time they remove one. And you know that sometimes in an organization now, if you don't have a asset register, then you will be having problem. And that's why we're using this inventory. You know, access register, if you have access register, you will have all your access there in the university will be encrypted. Even before putting it into the store, then you know the total number of what you have in the university or what you have in your organization as the asset register. So anything that has been tempered there, the asset register will show the total number of things and this and that. You will compile and get everything. So it's different with this online. You are supplying this thing directly from online to your system. So that one, you use a system to order what you are ordering from abroad. So it will now come to the system. On that end, if you are placing that order, it is what person can do. But after the order, maybe they brought the goods to you. That is where the issue of inventory management can comes from. But they have to take it to the store. That's where they are going to keep those. So at the store there, you must have more than 1, 2, 3, 4 people that have to use them. You know, in a MIS setup, you will see that everybody, that's why I say everybody has his own role on the portal. Your role is to report new items. This one is to issue items out from the store. So it's two different things now. But for somebody that is ordering, it's fine. When you order, they will bring the product to the university, and that the receipt or this thing will catch all the items that were purchased from the online purchase ahead. So there they will use it to put it on our own inventory management system. So so on what? On the online. Hey, we will continue to in this MIS outline. We will have e-commerce and other online transactions. And that's why I think we will come to it. Okay. Don't worry, we will reach there. We are going to expand our explanation when we reach there. Now, type of information system. You know, we have different types of information system. I think one we say a transaction processing system, handling everyday tasks like sales or payroll. We also have MIS, Management Information System, provide report to managers. And then DSS, which is Decision Support System, help with poor decision by showing different options. Then we have Executive Information System, gives executive a quick overview of important data. Then I'll now give an example of TPS, I say a grocery store checkout system. MIS is a restaurant system that tracks daily sales. DSS, a travel agency system that helps plan vacation packages. And then we have EIS and CEO that was showing company performance. So all these things, all these one are types of information system in an organization. So I think I'm sorry. The time will never reach but my sweat. I don't want outside me. I feel that if to finish like that, I could have had three this thing. I'm like, and you did it. I'm what the so what's not like it's like tell them so Johnny finishes. So I have a question. I'm hearing. Yes, sir. Like my course of study is peace education and conflict management. I'm finding it difficult getting MIs because I'm studying. You have to get data now, information. I did not program for your study or area in your own business. Have what information. Because you're already doing research methodology and statistics. We also deal with data integration and information gathering. So I think that one is when you want to write your own project. That is for projects that you are doing. So that's why the research methodology now. That one is putting you in, on how you are going to write your project. But this one we're taking you on anywhere you are working, anywhere you are working, you must have a management information system, even if it is manually. Because information is like that. Everything in this world is about information. If you see the information, you see people lacking is information. Everything for this life is information, either good or bad. So that's how it is. For that one that you are doing research methodology is how you are working, how to write your project. At the end of this program, you have to write it. So, and then you have to gather data. use system now. They have to gather data from the various systems. Already, major gather data. So those data that you are getting, you are trying to gather. It's the same thing now. It's a raw data. So now it is you that will now system process those data and make information. And that is why you are going to submit as your project. A mini project that can contribute on every the personal plan. The person you know, if you want to spend it for them, you will get it. You will get it. I mean, the concept that maybe yes, yeah, then because the you can explain for this one or them. For them again. You'll get it. Okay.
Remember the days we were young, wild and free, basic getting spread.